Good evening, people of the gaming world. Also learning and modding. I have a little bit of a tutorial here for you on how I set up my Arma Reforger Enfusion Workbench. So I've learned a couple of things along the way, and I find that it seems to be helping me a little bit better in managing my file system. So I'm going to leave this up here for a second, and then you guys maybe take a screenshot of that. I won't put anything in the way, but this is kind of what I do. It kind of keeps everything together, and then I've added actually another file system here, which is for farms, military bases, objects, props, and of course terrains. So the terrains I kept very simple because if I find myself trying to hunt around in here, it gets to be a bit of a cumbersome for me. So I like to keep it nice and simple, where I know everything is, and I can just go there by memory, and then boom, I'm right there. So this one seems to be working for me the best right now, but there will probably be a couple more tweaks along the way. So anyways, let's jump into this real quick, and let's do a quick, I should bring this back up again, so let's slide this over for one little bit here. So as you can see, I've done terrains already here. Roads, pavement, I can actually reword that because I spelled that wrong. And here we go here, pavement, and of course, oh yeah, all right, trails. So pavement actually would be like asphalt. You can put an asphalt one in here too. Actually, I think I might just do that. Create layer asphalt. Asphalt. All right. Hopefully I spelled that right. All right. So terrains, roads, bridges, bushes, embankments, forest, lakes, rivers, rocks, and of course you're gonna want to have everything put in this one area for like it's basically you're encompassing the whole terrain. Okay. So I will put another one in here just because I feel I should. I'm going to put in trees because I have trees that are not like a part of the forest. So I'm going to do it that way. It's a lot easier to keep track of. So I can actually hide all those and go from there. All right. So let's jump into one thing here. I think we're going to do, I've already done the military base, bunkers, props, tunnels. Yeah, I got to add tunnels to that one. So here, you guys get the idea, right? So create a layer and tunnels. Okay. And military base, let's add another one in here. We'll call this one heli underscore pads. Yeah, I want to put in another one for this one here. Let's go into roadblocks. Okay, so that kind of sums it up a little bit there for us. And there's another one actually I will put in there because I don't really use them per se because I've had issues with them in the past, but I think I'm going to throw it in there. It is the HESCO barriers, right? Okay. All right, so that's all going to be under military. And when I get into other areas here for walls, fencing, we're going to do a different folder for this one. I think I had this one labeled as objects because it's an object. So create a new folder, objects. Okay, create a layer. And call this one fence. Now, because it's a terrain, the fences will be along the terrain, but when you get into the towns, which I'm going to do this one actually here. Let's go create a folder. I'm going to call this town 1, score 1. Here, town 2. There's quite a few towns here. Town 3. Let's do this. Copy. And go back here and new folder. Backspace that one. 4, and 5. I want 5 towns in here because they're going to be different areas. Who knows, I might add another one. Some secret ones. Okay, so in these towns here, we'll create a layer, almost duplicate what we have here for objects, like fences and terrains. So I think the objects in the towns are going to be just town specific, so buildings, etc. Okay, so objects I also had in here. Let's go into here, objects, graveyards, and I had other items here. So let's go to objects, go to fencing, create a layer, and let's go houses. Okay. Industrial. This is huge. Okay, you want to have that in there. Under objects, layer. I will have a few mines in there, so I'm going to do that. Actually, I might change that into under terrains, or go in here and go just let's go to create this here, 2 mines. I want to keep this one separate. And if I can just take this, go into let's delete that one. Right. Create a layer. Mine. Shaft. Okay, good. All right, so there you have it. Basically, I've had to do a couple of things here. This is a new map. This one's called Tilos. It's actually a part of the Greece, so it is absolutely a beautiful country, amazing countryside. This map is just absolutely huge, just absolutely massive. So I'm actually going to be doing all this because I just like the way it looks, the layout. I will like to say a shout out to Blackheart6. I just learned something from that guy today. Actually, it saves me a lot of time, especially if I have to redo something or if I have to work in something here. But actually, what it was under the plugins, how you have if you go here, so then back up here, default, go to terrain, go to tools. All right. So in your objects file here, I'm going to pull this one down. Come on. There we go. Your worlds. Oh, he is right. Okay, so this one actually, oh, I know why. Because this is the reason why he's getting this. I know exactly how that happened. So in here, actually, for your plugins, for your world setup, if you go to entity setup, you can bypass all the other stuff real quick by just doing a sub. And of course, he showed me this, which is quite interesting. And obviously, I'm not going to redo it, but it sets up all your generic world destruction. I think we're missing one item here though. Oh no, there it is. Okay, good. Yeah, there. So I think the map entity here, base preload, I think this is where well, we'll see. I have no big issues with that, but it might be just a bug. Who knows? I am working the experimental version just because I'm kind of taking a little bit of advice from Blackheart6 because this is a continuous operating system that actually it keeps updating itself, so I kind of want to go with the latest version. That way I have the latest version of my map. Yes, I still will run the current stable version for my other map that I have that I'm working on. I don't want to jump into this one here just because I want to make sure that that's going to be okay. All right, so I did learn this. Thank you, Blackheart6. That was awesome. That was a great learning tool for me. All right, I'll leave it at that. And we will chat with you guys later. If you hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot. I know I haven't been around much. I've been too busy working and doing fundraisers and car shows for photography end of it. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Cheers.